We're live. So, hello and good morning, good day, and good evening to everyone tuning in for this cast. We're a global stream, so I have to say that. I'm really hyped for today's stream because we have probably the best crossover ARMS stream of all times, at least so far. Because I have Tentanman, Laura, and Schkrimps with me. So, hey. For anyone who doesn't know, we could do some self-introductions first, just to bring everyone up to speed. In case you don't know Tentanman, maybe you can go first. Tell us who you are and what you do.
Okay. Hello. Wait, why am I listening to this stream? Let me turn it off. Okay, that's good. Hello.
I was too.
I am Tentanman, leader of the Tentan clan. Yeah, I'm a full-time broadcaster on Twitch. I've been doing it for a while now, and I do a lot of Nintendo. I kind of jumped into ARMS because I thought it was cool, and somehow I ended up being good at it. So I play a lot of ARMS and play a lot of other stuff, training for EVO Japan and all sorts of stuff. And that's me, video games.
That's awesome. And maybe Laura, you can go next.
Hi, I'm no one on Twitch.
Don't say that.
I started streaming end of June this year, just as something to pass the time as I was out of work for medical reasons, and massively got into ARMS during the global test punch, really. I fell in love with it.
Didn't we
Made
all?
Min Min from day one. No one talks smack about my noodle girl. And I found Schkrimps' channel and got massively involved in the ARMS community, and it's been great ever since.
Cool. We're happy to have you involved in the community. I remember seeing your stream like in the beginning, and then just like trying to get you involved as well. So it's good that you found Schkrimps. And Schkrimps,
Yeah, definitely.
maybe you can go last.
All right, I am Schkrimps. Most of you guys know me as a floating head. Sorry to disappoint most of you. I do have a body.
Don't lie.
First time admitting that.
Yeah.
I stream a lot of ARMS on Twitch, do 2 weekly tournaments, and a lot of crew battles. Very involved in the community. I run my own Discord server for ARMS, and that's pretty much the extent of my Twitchosity, is ARMS, ARMS, ARMS all day. Trying to grow the community all the time.
Yeah, that's great. I'm really happy to have all of you here. I think this is the first time we've had more than 2 people from like ARMS streams together like this. Today we're going to just talk about a bit more about ourselves because basically I think all of us have gotten into ARMS kind of either by accident or just like it just happened. And I think a lot of people are starting to follow us, but not a lot of people actually kind of know us except for people who play ARMS. So that's why I wanted to, bring us together and just talk about who we are and more about that, give some background. So I realize now that the question I have written in this like document is like really cheesy. It says like, when did you develop a passion for video gaming? It sounds like I think I like copy pasted this from like some article or something. But
The womb.
yeah, exactly. No, but it's for me, like I know a bit about you guys and like what you've done before. I know, like for example, you Schkrimps, you've said in your casts that you played like Smash a lot before. But was that like your kind of passion in games, or like have you had anything before ARMS as well when it comes to gaming?
Definitely when it comes to gaming, I've been involved in games before. This is my first fighting game community, truly. I've played Super Smash Brothers more than any other game ever, hands down. So, huge Nintendo fan. I've had every single Nintendo console that's ever been released.
Oh wow.
So, since the NES days, my older brothers have been making me play video games with me and beating me at them. So, the trend continues. I still lose all the time at video games.
Okay,
But yeah, so I've been involved in gaming since I could talk.
But did you stream Smash anything, or like did you just go straight into ARMS when you started streaming?
No, so my stream channel is 5 months and some days old right now. So
Oh, wow.
I am very, very new to streaming and to Twitch. I didn't even know what Twitch was like halfway through 2017.
Oh wow,
So-
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like how that
Yeah,
turned
so
out.
it's been a crazy adventure. It's been a lot of fun, and I've definitely developed a bigger community and more friendships than I thought I could just through video games. That's for sure.
That's awesome. And Laura, I think it's been kind of similar for you. You've been also kind of new to the streaming world, but have you like done anything like gaming related now, or did you just like decide to get a Switch and go all in suddenly?
Honestly, that's exactly what happened. My friend convinced me to get a Switch at the end of May, and I got super excited to stream Mario Kart. I just couldn't wait. I was really excited. And like Schkrimps, I honestly hadn't heard of Twitch until the start of this year. I didn't even know what it was. And I just jumped straight into streaming, and it's so much fun.
Oh my god, it's I feel like we're sitting here and then Tentanman is just like looking at us and being like, oh, did you
Please,
play this?
please.
No, I can definitely relate. Like I started for real streaming now as well, and I just got the Switch for ARMS basically. I don't know why, like what attracted me to the game, but I just decided to stream it too. But as for you, Tentanman, I know. I actually did some research and went onto your YouTube channel and was like, how did this thing look like a couple of years back? But I know that you streamed and like had done a lot of Let's Plays before, but I don't even know, like, do you consider yourself to be kind of still like a variety streamer, or has like, since your skill in ARMS just,
Well, I do say I'm a variety streamer. I mean, the first game I streamed was Smite in like 2014, and I just broadcasted because I was good at the game, and people watched. And kind of getting in on Twitch to get your little niche and to grow, you kind of have to play. You kind of have to be smart about the game you pick, and like that'll kind of grow your channel. And so growing up, I was always a huge Nintendo fan. If you go on like Twinge, I don't know if any of you have ever been to Twinge.tv. It's a website. It has all your stats on streams and everything you've played and all the games and hours. And if you go to Twinge, like my number one game streamed is Smash Brothers, 600 hours. Number two game was Mario Kart, 400 hours.
Oh,
and
wow.
then like ARMS. So I've always loved Nintendo. But I mean, we're all gamers. So many things come out, and there's so many things we want to play. So I mean, I'll be playing a lot of ARMS, but you can come in one day and I'll be playing Senran Kagura, the anime girls ripping off their clothes, or Final Fantasy. It's just, I'm a gamer, man. That's all it is.
Well, that's pretty cool. I think like now I actually checked out the the eShop today, and I haven't checked it out for like a month on the Nintendo Switch, and I was just like looked in and it's just like, well, okay, here's like 30 games I've never heard about, but some of them look cool. So I really think that there's like a lot of stuff that is like, there's almost too much stuff coming out right now. I don't even know what I'm supposed to be hyped about, like the My Hero Academia, I guess. But I think going into like the next question, which was like, what was your big break and stuff? I think. I guess it's the best or most interesting to hear from you, Tentanman, because it's just like we're also kind of new. But I know that you said that you've been doing this for quite a while. Did you have any kind of moment that brought it to a next level or something?
I think so. I've had several, I guess, essentially big breaks. First off, I'm going to talk about streaming on Twitch.
Yeah.
Some people stream because they want numbers and they want to grow, and they get bent out of shape when they play the same game for 30, nonstop and just trying to do whatever. And then there are people that play because they have fun, and you have to mix that together because people can tell if you're not having fun.
Yeah.
The first game that launched me up on Twitch was Super Mario Maker. I would get 300, 400 viewers.
Yeah.
The problem was I streamed Super Mario Maker viewer levels for like 200 hours to the point where I'd be like, haha, this block just killed me, kid. I hate you. No, I'm like, I've been playing this game for 20 hours. I'm going to go crazy with these
my God.
blocks, and it like goes into you. And so then I played something I wanted to play for a while, then Let It Die came out. I was the first person in the world to beat that. And I had 200, 300 people watching, and then ARMS dropped. And when ARMS first dropped, I was normally the top streamer. I guess I still am. I mean, whenever I go live, no one else really. There's not a lot of people that stream ARMS. There's not a lot of
I know.
No. When you go to I'm not trying to brag. It's just it's not like Smash Brothers, you know, and there's like so many different channels, you know. But when I first started streaming ARMS, we would get 150 viewers. Now it's settled down to like 70 or so. But I don't know. I mean, I jump from thing to thing, and sometimes people like it, sometimes people don't. But the thing is not to let it get to you and just have fun.
Yeah, I see. No, but I've also had this kind of moments where I'm playing the game and I don't really feel like I want to play it, but then it's like, oh well, I just started the stream now. I can't just close it down. But like, I guess it's a bit different for us, or like for Laura and Schkrimps, like with ARMS, but. You have been starting to play other games too on streams now, right? I think I've seen Schkrimps at least play, what is it, the car football game. I can't remember the name of it.
Rocket League.
Yeah, Jesus. It's the one I suck at. That's all I know about it.
I can't stand that.
Horrible.
But
yeah, it's difficult. Like Ten's saying, you want to play what you want to play and you want to jump around and do different things. But since I'm so new to streaming, people only know me for the ARMS community stuff right now. So when I jump from game to game, there's there's very little overlap.
Yeah.
So the other game portion of my twitching is not really developing. It's not there.
Okay.
I think it's hard for you
it's so much
because
ARMS.
You're like the ARMS streamer, the big tournament organizer, so it's really difficult for people to see you stream something new.
Well, Schkrimps, when you're gonna get used to it, when you play something besides ARMS, people are gonna be like, "Why are you playing ARMS? Play more ARMS!
Yeah.
Are you gonna play ARMS
It
today?"
happens all the
It's
time.
already like that.
Like I took a poll to see what we should play one day, and we were playing Mario Kart, and halfway through, people were like, "Let's play ARMS."
Yeah.
Forget that I voted for this game.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I mean,
Luckily, I love ARMS though. I have no problem streaming it all the time. I am not tired of the game whatsoever.
yeah. I really envy you and like the kind of like the stamina that you have for that, because I just like I can stream maybe 1 hour and then my hands hurt because I'm weak. So I'm just like, oh okay.
Strong hands.
No, but I have like the what is it, the carpal tunnel thing in like both of my arms. So I'm just like kind of, oh okay, cool. And then it's just like, how long until I can go offline? No, but you streamed Mario Kart a lot, Laura. Do you stream anything else than ARMS as well? Like that?
I actually haven't touched Mario Kart in months. It was the game that I entirely focused on when I first got my Switch. Because I'm entirely a Nintendo Switch streamer. I'm not the kind of person that like widens the horizon of all the games I play. Like, I tend to get fixated on a game and put all my hours into it.
Yeah.
So the only games I do stream is Mario Kart, Splatoon 2, and ARMS. And so I did originally start out just streaming Mario Kart. And I switched between ARMS and Splatoon a lot. And whenever I do stream Splatoon now, everyone comes in like, well, this isn't ARMS. ARMS looks different. But I enjoy streaming all three of those games. Massive Nintendo fan. I never really moved on to a different kind of console. It's always been Nintendo for me, so it's not hard just staying to the Switch games for me personally.
Shout outs to the corporate Nintendo. Kidding. No, but but Tentanman. So like you had that kind of experience before, like a couple of years back when you did the, what you said with the Mario Maker. Have you like? Were you able to kind of shift away from that now, since you're doing variety now, or do you also have?
I mean, where everyone came to expect one game.
Yeah, exactly. Like how did
I
you?
get people that would unsub and they'd be like, "I'll resub when you play Mario Maker."
Yeah,
those are the most. Oh my god.
Oh no! I mean, I still have one guy to this day. He comes in every day. He doesn't say. He says one line. He just says, "Play Mario Maker."
Oh.
And then that's the only thing he says. He disappears. And I haven't played Mario Maker in over a year.
That's dedication. Wow.
That's dedication.
Yeah.
He was having alarms set.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
that guy's praying for a Switch release.
I mean, so the biggest thing is you can't let it get to you, because, you're at the end of the day, you're the one playing the game, and you need to be in your right mind and have fun and enjoy what you do. And people are just coming in to hang out. You know, they're not the ones streaming.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like it could
Yes.
be taken in a bad way, but they aren't the ones streaming. So if they want you to play a game, just tell them if you're going to play it, if you're not going to play it, and they should accept that and deal with it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I massively agree with that.
Yeah.
Twitch can be super weird because people want to support you at the same time, but they're not going to sit through a game that they don't want to watch just to support you. It's like you have to foster a whole new community for each individual game.
Well, there's different kinds of viewers, you know. Did you played Smash? Did you ever stream it, Schkrimps?
I do. I've streamed Smash probably 5 or 6 times.
In the height of Smash 4, when you stream it, I mean, this was when variety was the hardest thing for me, because there are people that will come in just to watch Smash, that will be there for the whole 8 hours that you're streaming Smash, loving it and talking and having a great time. But then they will not touch your stream when you're not doing Smash.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But that's, as a streamer and as you grow, that's how you filter the people. And it's not a bad thing. Some people will watch a stream because they enjoy the person, but they'll also watch a stream because they enjoy the person playing that game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, as you grow, the takeaway is more people will stay with you to play the weird stuff or the other games, and, you know.
Yeah. I think the hardest part for me, like when I go to other streams, is also kind of, ARMS is one of those games where, like, and I hope I don't offend anyone by this, but if you play...
I'm already offended.
Okay, if you play ARMS enough, you will get kind of good at it. Like, that's the basic for me. Like, if you play it too much, then you will get kind of okay at it, at least. But not all games are like that, so whenever I switch to, I switched to Tekken the other week, and I've been playing Tekken as a kid, but I've never been able to do the combos, so I pretty much suck at that game. I can do the standing fighting, but not the combos. And this guy, immediately came in and stream sniped me, and was like, "Oh man, you suck at this game." I'm like, "Dude, I just installed this game. I don't know how I'm gonna be good at this."
Oh, I think I watched that.
Yeah. and the funniest thing was that I won against him, so it was even worse for him. Yeah, I was kind of wondering, since you guys do this, well, way more often than me, do you have anything to prepare for a stream, or do you just get into it? I know that when we talked about this on the last cast with the commentators, Austin was saying that he was doing this kind of theater, singing stuff. But I'm not thinking that maybe you do this for streams. But do you do anything? I know, Schkrimps, you do have the get up. Does it? What do you with the kind of?
The get up.
Yeah, the get up.
So it's I do have to set some stuff up before every stream. I do 2 different main overlays. One where I am floating head guy, and one where I have the green screen behind my couch.
Where did that come from, by the way? The floating head thing. What was that idea?
I was trying to draw attention to the stream.
Okay, but
that's it.
But did you how did you think of it? Was it just
Well, I bought the green screen, and I was sitting in front of it, and I set up my overlay and everything, and it just looked like it blocked too much of the screen. I'm like, well, it'd be great if I didn't have a body. So grabbed a green t-shirt, and rest is history.
Okay.
I always thought that you had a cool green turtleneck or something.
The reveal was awful.
I just thought
was
it was
incredible.
a morph suit with the head cut off.
Just
Yeah, that's
put the t-shirt on.
I thought it was
Over
either a
my head.
morph suit or a turtleneck, and when you revealed that you literally just had this t-shirt hanging around your head, I was just gone.
Oh my god.
Yep.
I mean, if you ever do go to a local Schkrimps, I would love to see you go with a morph suit and then just cut off out the head and just I don't know.
Yeah, bring my own portable green screen, just pop it up behind me. You guys figure this out.
Yeah. But yeah, for Tentanman, I know I've seen some behind the scenes pics, and I know that you have the big lightning and everything. Was that hard for you to get going, or is it...
the lighting setup?
Yeah.
And everything?
Yeah.
This was a present from my ex.
Yes, she was good for something.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you start piece by piece, man. When I first streamed, I was on a laptop with that was HDMI to a 40-inch TV, and I didn't have a camera. I didn't even have a microphone my first stream. I typed into the chat to talk to everyone. They're like, "Nice play, thanks, man." And then it slowly came together. I was too afraid to even be on camera the first time I got the camera. Someone had to donate $20 and was like, "Be on camera."
Oh my god.
And I was like, "Fine." And they're like, "You look like Chuck
Aw.
Norris." It's fine. I don't look like Chuck Norris at all, but
It's just a
Nope.
yeah.
it
I look more like Chuck
definitely
Norris.
it definitely builds up slowly because no one going into streaming, unless you're rich and you want a hobby, no one going into streaming has thousands of dollars to spend on gear and the PC and the monitors, and it's a stepping stone.
No.
So yeah, I mean, it all came together over time. I'm happy with my stuff now for sure.
Okay. And how about you, Laura? Is it just like kind of you just set it up and go, or like yeah? I'm not gonna comment.
This
Like
is it.
I have like all this shit in the background, so I can't really say anything either. So it's just like I don't know.
I was literally just like, when Tentan was describing his old setup, because that's literally me.
Oh.
I just have a little laptop and a really small TV right next to my Switch, and it's just this little dinky setup on my desk at the end of my bed. So I do it for fun, but in the future I would love to have like this big beautiful setup with an amazing computer, and yeah, it's definitely a goal.
Yeah, and I think I mean like the headset that I have now, it's just like I got it from a friend, and I mean okay, you have earbuds, but like the headset I got was just like some friend I had 3 years ago that was just like, I don't want this, you can have it for free. I'm like, yes, because I'm like so cheap and I've never gotten a headset. Like I brought this to Japan and had it for 2 years, and I was like, I have to savor this. But moving on to kind of I think this is probably one question I've gotten or given to everyone that's been on the cast, I feel like, but just like how you got into ARMS. I know that it's kind of like something that we have touched upon right now, like earlier, but just like the specific, like, was there anything specific that kind of drew you to the game? Like, any design thing, or like, was there someone that just sold it in for you? Maybe, Laura, you can start.
Yeah, it was actually my friend. He's also a streamer, Chocolate Kieran.
Oh, cool.
He told me about the game, and because I had so few games on the Switch, I was intrigued to see what was coming out. And originally, I actually watched the trailer and I thought, what the is this?
Yeah.
Because it seemed so cheesy to me, like Biff in the corner, like, welcome to the ARMS, like, and I was just like, what on earth is this game? But he convinced me to play the Global Test Punch, and I fell in love with it because I adore fighting games. Like, my partner plays Street Fighter a lot,
Yeah.
and I love playing it. I think the graphics are beautiful. I love the characters. I have so much fun, but I suck. I can't do the combos. I couldn't do anything but grab. And,
I mean, you say that, but you're winning consistently against me. I don't think I've won against you in the last,
No.
like, 2 months.
Bro, this is your strategy, man. It's foolproof.
Yeah.
The entire time you get in a corner, you won't stop punching.
Yeah.
dash grab. But yeah, I just loved the simplicity of the ARMS tech. But then as you get deeper and deeper into playing the game, you realize there's so much more behind it, and so much more that goes into it, and it's so much more complex. But at the same time, it's not incredibly difficult, and you don't have to sit and remember combo after combo after combo.
Yeah.
And it's just incredibly enjoyable, and it's something that I would recommend to everyone that wants to get into fighting games. And it's also so beautifully Nintendo.
Yeah.
You just look at it and you just like, that's a Nintendo game.
Yeah.
And I adore that.
Yeah, definitely. I have to agree on all points. I think, as I said earlier with the Tekken thing, I never was able to do those combos, so it's just like, yay, finally, it's something in my favor.
Yeah.
But wait, how was it for you guys, Tentan and Schkrimps? I mean, you played Smash before. Was that something that kind of led you into this as well? Like, oh, it's Nintendo and it's fighting games. Like, maybe this is something that I can, get into. Maybe Tentan, you can go first.
Well, with the Wii U, that's when I really started like streaming a lot, like 6-7 hours a day.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And a lot of my fan base was from Nintendo. So it's like whenever a Nintendo game dropped, I picked up whatever came out. I mean, I picked up the horrible Star Fox game. I picked up
Oh no.
Anatomy, which was great. I just had a habit of getting every single Nintendo game and playing it. Then Switch came out. We did an IRL stream, picked up the Switch, picked up Zelda. The funny thing is, I remember when they revealed the Switch and they showed they showed ARMS with like a little girl and then the business guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, this game looks stupid. This sucks. Like what? Wii boxing?
Yeah.
It's not a good ad.
Look dumb.
Yeah.
But I was still constantly buying every game, and then I saw the trailers, and they were showing off the characters one by one. I remember working out at the gym, and someone's like, "Look at this Min Min trailer." I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna main her."
Yeah.
My character, and like noodles, anime waifu, right there.
Yeah.
Noodles.
And so, I mean, I did the test punch, and I was like joking pretty much the whole time, but I was winning all the time. And I'm like, I'm so good at this game. I'm the best in the world. Everyone will lose. And then the game came out, and somehow I was actually still good at the game.
Turns out you're not wrong.
Yeah.
So I mean, so I just kept playing it and going with it. I kept that joke running, and some people like hated it. They're like, Tim thinks he's the best in the world. I'm like, come at me. Let's go. Like,
Minbolt, what?
Yeah.
We can try.
but I mean, I just picked it up because it was a Nintendo game, and I liked it a lot. So
Yeah. What was it? Did you also think the same about the trailer, Schkrimps, when you saw that, or like, did you like?
Oh man. Okay. Well, before I saw that cheesy trailer, I'm pretty sure I had pre-ordered the game.
Okay. Wow.
Because I had been watching the Switch. I was on the our Nintendo NX
Oh.
subreddit.
Oh, I forgot about that.
For like a year. I would check that thing 5 times a day.
Oh my god.
I was like, oh my god, it's gonna have a projector. It's gonna run Xbox One games. It's like,
Oh my
there
god.
was so much hype about it. And when it came out, I was like, that's the Switch.
Yeah.
A portable console with removable controllers. I was so mad when it first came out. But then the second I got my hands on it and played Breath of the Wild, I was like, oh no. This is one of the best consoles ever made, instantly.
Yeah.
It was drew me to it so much. But with ARMS specifically, that advertisement, oh my god.
Yeah.
It was so bad. It was like a Japanese marketing team trying to decide what we wanted to see or something, and they missed. But hey, after that ad, and I played the global test punch and everything, instantly was in love with the game because I figured it was just like Smash in terms of it's more of a rock paper scissors game than knowing button combinations and knowing all the tech.
Yeah.
Like you can apply whatever you want in ARMS. You can run whatever kind of strategy you want, even if it sucks and you lose all the time.
Yeah.
Can I just ask, who did you actually pick during the global test punch to play?
Are me or Schkrimps?
Which
Schkrimps, but anyone.
which one?
The original, when you first picked it up.
I don't even remember.
You don't remember?
No,
Were you streaming the test punches as well?
I wasn't.
I was.
Oh, okay, because
I streamed.
I still have the VODs on my YouTube, and I watched them like the other day, and I'm like, oh my god. The one horror is that I'm like, oh well, I'm not doing that bad, and then at the same time I'm like, I see my mistakes, and then at the same time it's just like, I still kind of play like this. I still play Springman in this like 5 months after. I'm like, god damn it! Like, I remember my first like the character that I thought I was gonna main was Helix first, because I was like, whoa, okay, this guy has like, yeah, both the kind of wacky character, but also the movement options he had. I was like, oh okay. I was like, you know, calculating like, oh, this guy is going to be like the most advanced character ever, so I need to play him. And then I never won a game with him, so I was just like, oh well, I'll just stick to the kind of basic guy, and then that became Springman for Springman. I'm thinking about I'm thinking about Schkrimps. So I kind of got stuck with that. But
I think I kind of ruined myself a little bit by sticking with Min Min from literally day one, because I have zero experience with any other characters.
Well, at least you know how to dash or shield. Well, no, you don't know how to shield. Never mind. But
when I
as a Helix, I can't play anybody else.
I mean,
it's tough.
yeah, we say that, and Tentanman is like, yeah, no.
You know what I mean? When I first played the game, I picked Midman, yeah, and I used Ram and the Watt at the test punch, and then I realized when I was playing the game, I wasn't doing too well, so I switched to Springman and grasped all the mechanics of the game and the footsies, and Springman also had the tribal.
And so it began.
And legacy.
The origin story.
Yeah.
Well, I learned more of the mind games and grasped the game more, and then that's when I kind of switched back to Min with different arms, and she had the speed. Yeah, the speed that I wanted. Actually, when I first saw the game, I thought Helix looked the coolest, and I'm like, his theme's the best.
Oh,
now
Helix is so cool.
Yeah.
Well, now I think Helix is Liquid Satan. Everything has to do with him. But
The ever-changing hitbox.
Yeah.
That's just the aftermath of his fight with Archie.
Yeah. But
Ooh. Sore subject.
game.
No, but I think like, hey Nintendo, if you're watching this, you better check out your marketing stuff before. I don't know if that's like a good thing because
Sponsor.
yeah, no, but like how everyone is like, no, it looked kind of stupid, and it's like so. You become like this kind of conspiracy theory guy when you're like showing it to someone else that you're like your friend is just like, so it's this game like, oh, what do? Yeah, your arms are like springs. They're like, oh, that sounds stupid. Yeah, it does, but it's not. And they're like, okay. I'm like, come to my house and play it. They're like, no. I'm like, okay. Like,
You're weird.
Yeah.
Get away from me.
Don't touch me. No, I don't know.
Don't touch me, you Helix game.
I remember I was so like I think the point where I got kind of hooked by it was like the first part was when I saw like also like conspiracy theorists kind of like Akiosho's like first videos. He did a lot of the kind of the shout out to him by the way. He did the like theory crafting of the trailers, like going through them and just like talking about them. And I was like, wow, this lore is so deep, and then it wasn't. And then, and then when I saw the E3 tournament, I was just like, man, this looks kind of dumb. And then when Yabuki came in and did the thing, I found myself kind of screaming. And then I was just like, oh, okay, oh, whoa, okay. I got really hyped for no reason there, but that was awesome. And then, I don't know, that's how I got into it at least. So it's been like already almost half a year since it's been released. And we're getting like, time goes fast. But we're still getting updates every week, or every month, I should say.
Mad update.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny, because I never stick with any of the new characters, even though I want to. But...
longer for 5 minutes.
Yeah. But, like, what do you guys think, like, moving forward with ARMS? It's been, like, kind of, half a year of these updates that they said that they will have, and then 6 months are left with what they're going to put in. Like, have you had anything that you kind of, I guess, wished for, or like, do you think what they should do, like, I don't know, that has been bad, that they should be improved until the end?
Well, I just want to say shout out to Nintendo first of all for sticking with your game and balancing it all the time.
Yeah.
Even if it's not what we're asking for specifically, it shows that they are paying attention.
Yeah.
And they are trying to balance the game.
Where's that fun truck nerf?
Yeah. I actually remember the first updates, people were saying like, oh, this is really unbalanced. It's probably going to be this forever. And then they actually listened. I don't know. I think people were complaining about the Hydra in the beginning. Like the rush was...
that got nerfed.
And the Cracker.
Yeah, exactly. And people are like, this is always going to be like this. And then they're like, nope. And then people are like, what? They understand us? I don't know.
Yeah, they fixed Hydra for sure.
Yeah. But do you have anything that you've thought about with ARMS, Tentan? I know, at least I've heard rumors that you've been talking to Nintendo somehow with ARMS. You don't have to say anything about that if you don't want to. But
there's some stuff I can't say. And
Hype.
I'll be honest. As far as ARMS growing, I think that's partly our responsibility, and that's Nintendo's responsibility.
Yeah.
I will say that in November, I was on the front page with ARMS, and I tried really hard to grow the community. I know a lot of people bought the game because of that, and I'm very happy about that. I want
that was really great.
I want the game to get as much reach as it can. But that's that's as much as I think I can really do.
Yeah.
You know? I tried hard, and with ARMS and Nintendo, the updates are awesome. I just think there's a few complaints I've had.
Bring 'em
Remember when that events thing popped up?
Yes, I was actually thinking about that.
And then they decided not to support it and just took it down.
Yeah.
And I did a I think I could talk about this. I did a marketing event with ARMS, and we weren't allowed to use a Pro controller because they wanted to show off the motion to the game, to appeal to, I guess, kids and other people as well. But when I think about ARMS and I think about competitive, I know there are some competitive players who use motion.
Yeah.
But I know that a large majority of competitive players prefer a Pro controller. And the competitive aspect of that game needed to be a little bit more of a focus, because I think ARMS is cool, but I don't think it's going to shine as a party game.
Yeah.
I think taking that competitive edge, going with the fighting game community, I think there's things that could be changed. There's marketing things that could be done better.
Yeah.
But you said what? We're getting a year of support for ARMS?
Yeah, they've said basically that there's going to be 20 characters in the game, and so they're going to release basically up for 1 year. It's going to be like updates like they had with Splatoon, basically.
How many do we have now?
13. So we have 7 more, which is like holy shit.
I mean, the only thing I can really say about ARMS and growing is we got Splatoon in 2 years, Splatoon 2, 2 years after the first game, and it was like it was pretty much the same game with a lot of updates.
Yeah.
I think ARMS is going to take off a lot more in the sequels. Honestly, it was a brand new IP, and there's a pretty strong fan base for it, and I love the community for it, and I think the game's only going to get stronger. But I think they're probably going to do something similar to Splatoon.
Yeah.
Honestly,
like I can't even. It's so weird because with other games like Tekken or Street Fighter, I know that there's going to be another one coming, or just Soul Calibur got announced some day ago, and it's just like, oh well, they update it, new engine, it's going to be better graphics, all that stuff. But I can't even imagine like what would be in an ARMS 2. Like I can't even like fathom the idea of like, well, I guess
I can't either.
No.
Maybe flat maps and no deflect.
Oh shit! Callouts.
Make Park only.
No, I character creation tool. Like I don't know.
Yikes. There's already enough variable in the game.
Oh my god.
I mean, ARMS has so much potential with like game types. I mean, I hate the 2v2 mode, but imagine if there wasn't a rope. Imagine if the timer was longer. Imagine if there's some depth to actually fighting 2v2 or free-for-alls to making them enjoyable. There's so many things they could fine-tune about the game.
Yeah. I mean,
you'll go for it.
No, I was gonna say like the only thing that I've been kind of like I found myself daydreaming about is like having this kind of world thing like you have in Splatoon, where it's just like you're walking around. Like as one of the characters. I don't know why I want that, but I just like I don't know.
Please no.
Please
no.
Why not? I mean,
save the disk space, please.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Just give me a competitive one-on-one fighter to the max.
Yeah. Kind of looking forward for ARMS. I guess this is more aimed towards you, Tentanman, but. Evo Japan coming up pretty soon. Are you still going to Evo Japan? I haven't heard. Yeah, you are. Okay, cool.
I'll be there.
Cool. Well, I'll see you then there.
Oh, you're gonna be there?
Yes, I'll be there.
We're gonna drop some sake bombs. Gonna get some sushi. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's going to be the real ramen bowl. No, but
R.I.P.
Yeah. No, but are you like excited about that? Like. Are you going to like go hardcore training?
Not at all. It's gonna be terrible. No, of course. I'm so stoked. I think I'm more stoked about Japan than Evo. Yeah. I mean, I want to get all the food and have a nice briefcase and pack all the waifus into it. It's gonna be fantastic. It's great. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I think there's a lot of speculation right now if it's gonna be defaults or customs or what's going on with that.
Yeah. We actually had an interesting. I think it became quite kind of out of control, but I just realized that no one had actually asked Evo about defaults or customs, everyone's just like, what is it going to be? And I'm like, has anyone actually asked them? They're like, no! I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just go and do that. So I just tweeted at the CEO, like, hey, is ARMS going to be customs or defaults? And he's like, yeah, I think it's going to be defaults. And I'm like, that's not a good answer, but it's and then, you know, the Discords were just flipping out. But
it can change.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's in Japan, and we know the Japanese scene with ARMS very much favors customs.
Yeah.
And I mean,
what would you want to see there?
Customs. Oh god, let's not start this debate.
Okay.
Let's not start this debate.
It's the whole top 8's gonna be Springman if it's not customs.
Yes, I have to use Springman in customs.
Yeah,
because
I was
the game
gonna
limits-
say.
the
are you
game
gonna
limits.
use Spring?
Yeah, I think
It's all gonna be Springtron, honestly.
Yeah.
but-
I have been doing some detective work and trying to ask the Japanese community, but my Japanese is so bad that I almost get like I don't know, brain failure when I try to translate everything. But so far, what I've heard that is going to be customs from at least 2 or 3 people there that are involved somehow. But you know, it would help. You know, if Evo is listening into this, it would really help if you would actually tweet this to us, please. But yeah. But other than that, like, do you have anything kind of planned for kind of, you know, your stream, anything like that? You know.
For Evo?
Yeah, or just like in general with your stream. I know that you mentioned something about the Dissidia coming up.
Oh, yeah. They reached out to me because of ARMS, and they're like, ARMS is an atypical fighter. Dissidia is an atypical fighter. Why don't you try and play it? And so I'm doing. I'll be in California actually a week before Evo Japan.
Oh wow.
For the Dissidia launch tournament. So it's me and I think 8 other broadcasters. But the game's 3v3 fighting.
Yeah.
So we have like our squad, and it's a big thing to show off the game. And I think it's gonna be a lot of fun because I'm really excited for the game. But honestly, I don't know. Smash Brothers, Dissidia, ARMS, they're all very abnormal fighters. Yeah. And they're really fun and interesting in that aspect. And there's so many different ways you can go about it besides just shoryukening some guy and waiting for them to get up off wake up and do the same thing over and over again, you know?
Yeah, I see.
So,
but I'll be excited to see that. I've only, for some reason, the only thing I've seen for Dissidia was that Osti did like some analysis of one character in the game, and I did not expect that. Like, he has been playing only Smash, and then suddenly that. How about you, Laura? Is there like anything, like any events that are going on for you, or like are you going to? Are you hyped about any other games coming out for the Switch? Like, there's so many, so I don't know.
Personally, nothing's really caught my eye. I'm very
no holiday.
fussy about the games that I play.
Yeah.
Nothing really. I think in England there's not a lot of gaming events. Like in America, it's just constant flow of things going on and things to attend, like all over the country. But it's like a few events now again in London that are quite hard for me to attend.
Yeah. But any games that you're looking forward to otherwise on the Switch, like?
Not really.
Just be honest. It's okay.
Like I said, I'm just like really fussy. I'm like, I explain this to people a lot because they don't understand why on earth I don't have certain games like Breath of the Wild and Super Mario Odyssey, and I just have to explain that RPG games aren't really my thing.
Yeah.
I thrive in a PvP environment. I find that the most fun. I find it really sociable and interesting, and I always enjoy it a lot more when I know I'm playing against another person.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but that's the kind of gaming that I really enjoy. And I think the biggest game that was like my favorite thing in the world was when Mario Kart came out on the Wii.
Yeah.
And I would just spend my entire existence on global mode and would not move from the couch. I spent so many hours on that.
I could at least recommend checking out Brawlout. It's apparently it's a game that looks like Smash, and I know, Tentanman, I see your face, but yeah, I asked, like, we in the Fellows in Arms Discord, we were like, oh, Brawlout looks pretty nice. I'm like, wait, none of us play Smash, and then I went to the like Smash Facebook and I was like, hey guys, what do you think about this game? And then the comments were just like, it's so bad. It's just like, I'm like, okay.
I played it. You want me to talk?
Sure, go ahead.
Lit the flame.
Have you played Brawlout?
No, I haven't. I've just seen the trailers.
Okay, this was in Boston last year. So I was with my friends and we were walking around the show floor looking at games. And we see Brawlout, and I'm like, yo, this looks like Smash Brothers. Let's play it. So we go up to the setup, and first off, it takes like 20 minutes to set up because the guy's like, why isn't this controller working? All right, this one has a broken stick, but it's not that bad. And so we're playing the game, and we play for a little bit, and I don't want to be mean, but I'm just being very honest. I'm very honest. It's very floaty, it's very inconsistent, and it was just playing Smash Brothers and playing like Rivals and playing Brawlhalla. You know, I don't even like Brawlhalla that much, but I think it's still an interesting, well put together game. I thought Brawlout was so bad, I just put the controller down in the middle of the fight and walked away.
Oh my god!
And everyone else was like, "Yeah, no, this is crap." It was. And Donkey, you know, if you guys know who Video Game Donkey is, he made a video about it, and I'm like, "Yo, he played this game too. He hates it too." I hated it, man. I'm sorry, devs, if you're watching. I mean, it's an interesting idea. It's a pretty game, but mechanically sound, it was not fun.
Yeah. No,
it was not fun.
That's what I've been hearing as well. I think now you personally convinced me not to get it, but if it's cheap, I might try it just for the shits and giggles. How about you, Schkrimps? Do you have anything like coming up, or like any games that you're looking forward to kind of stream or play or anything like that?
Got lots and lots of ARMS events coming up, so I'm always excited about that. As far as future game, the plugs are later, Laura. We'll get there.
The long list, you just have a scroll. Okay.
Yeah. So next year, I'm definitely looking forward to Metroid Prime coming out.
Yeah. Oh wow.
That is.
They think it's gonna come out next year.
Excited for news next year.
That's more accurate.
If you're talking way down the line, I've got a proper Pokemon coming out, you know?
Well, yeah.
I forgot about it. Yeah.
I'm kind of hoping they hold off on a Smash so that we don't get a port.
Yeah. But
please Smash 5 and not a port.
But I do want the ARMS character like right now in Smash. That's the only reason.
Yeah, that'd be
There'll be an ARMS character if they make a new Smash, without a doubt.
I hope so.
For sure.
And if not...
And you know it'll be Springman and Deflect will still be OP.
Oh, man. But that's pretty cool. We actually kind of broke through these like topics really fast now that I had written out. It was just kind of an impromptu episode for me, even though we're just planning it for 1 or 2 weeks. Do you have like anything you kind of wanted to ask each other or anything like that? Because this is the first time you're all guys on stream. I don't know if you want to ask each other anything. No?
Yeah, I guess for Tentan, what you said Mario Maker was the one that got you your Twitch partnership, right?
Yeah.
So after you partnered and you stopped playing Mario Maker, and you said your viewership dropped after Mario Maker, right?
Yeah.
So how did you, like, you're huge now. You're like the Nintendo Switch streamer on Twitch. So how did you like hit that bounce back? How did you see success again?
Like I said, when you play a game, and advice can be to anyone on here who wants to stream. When you play a game, you're gonna get people that come for that game, and you're gonna get people that love you. Like even when we started this stream, I mean, I've been sick and I've been out for a while. But when we started this podcast, there were people going, "Schkrimps, oh my God, he has a body!" You know, you have people in here that genuinely like you, and there are people that are going to watch you play other games. And so it's like Mario Maker, I would get 300 people, you know, and then I stopped doing Mario Maker, and I remember I was doing Darkest Dungeon, and Darkest Dungeon I would get 60. I mean, that's a big drop, but the thing is, most of those 60 people came in from Mario Maker, and they decided to stay. And then on good nights on Darkest Dungeon, we go up to like 80, and there would be new people from Darkest Dungeon. They're like, hey, I really like this guy's content, and they stay. And it's a grind, man, but it's a snowball. So honestly, the best advice I can give you is, while you do have to be a little smart about the game you play when you're trying to grow, you have to make sure that what you're playing and what you're doing is something genuinely happy, and you're having a good time and smiling and enjoying yourself, because when people see that, they stay. Yeah. If you're having a bad day, and I tell people this all the time, if you're having a genuinely bad day and you know when you go live you're not going to be happy, don't stream. Yeah. Because people will see that energy. And someone who could love your channel, this could be the day that they come into your channel and they see you and they'll never give you a second thought. It's just, I mean, I've got plenty of examples. That's just put your energy up and be happy and do what you got to do. And if that means playing something else, if that means playing a game you've really been looking forward to that you think people aren't going to want to watch, do it.
That's actually really good advice. I kind of want to clip this and send it to my streamer friend who has like, she's also like, she's streaming every time she doesn't want to, and then I tune in and then she's not so happy, and I'm trying to cheer her up.
You can.
It's not a good vibe.
Yeah.
If I'm talking too much, tell me to shut up. But
it's a podcast. That's what we do.
Smash Brothers. This is crazy. So Smash 4 came out what, like 3 years ago? Longer? 4 years ago? Something like that? Yeah. I don't know. It came out a while ago, and this was when I was really getting into my groove, and I made so many friends through the Smash community. The game first just come out, and I had another friend, Young Wave Lord. He's partnered. Actually, his name's Wavy now, but he changed his name changes. And so many other casters that would hover around the same views, 30 to 40 viewers on Smash Brothers. And the community was like with ARMS. So many people watch all of us equally, so we see similar names. But so many of them got so bent out of shape. So many people I loved that were awesome got, you know, they would sit at 40 views and want to get partnered and wouldn't get there and just quit. Yeah. They just stopped streaming. And I think about so many people that did better than I did back then that just stopped. They grinded Smash to the point where they weren't having fun and they were just hating themselves. And, you know, I still see on Twitter friends that I met 3 years ago that are just quitting, and they're making like a public statement that they're done. And that's because they weren't having fun. They weren't streaming for the right reasons initially.
I think a lot of those kind of grinds is also kind of it almost becomes like a kind of like a layer, because it's like I saw now recently that Osti, who was on the last show here, and Vicky, who is, I think she's a Smash commentator. I'm sorry that I'm not like well researched on her, but both of them like casting Overwatch now, that they got a gig with that. And for them, like, when they talked about it in their kind of, the last episode, everyone that was on, it was just kind of like, 9 whole grains, he was casting Splatoon 1, and no one was watching that, and then suddenly he, like, when Splatoon 2 came out, and then he had been casting Splatoon 1 and was, like, the expert, he just, like, oh, yeah, go to this, like, major LAN event, and then he was just, like, big, suddenly. So I'm kind of, hopeful and curious, and wondering about like how that will happen with ARMS, or if it will happen, because I feel like right now ARMS, and do correct me if you disagree, I feel like ARMS is where like at the point where Smash is or was at like maybe 8 years ago, like 8 or some years ago, where it's just like it has this small community, and then it could really boom or it could not, and that's what makes it kind of frustrating but very hopeful at the same time. I don't know.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tim.
Well, I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to say it in a discouraging way earlier. But what I was saying is I think ARMS is really going to take off when it becomes ARMS 2. I don't want people to be like, well, that means ARMS 1. What am I wasting my time? No, you're not wasting your time. It's a brand new IP that just came out on a brand new console with a really weird game. Yeah. You know, there's people that are still looking at it and like, am I going to play this game? I don't know. And a lot of the marketing events I did, and then on the front page, I had people play the game for the first time and see the game for the first time. We're like, holy crap, this game's cool, there's a lot of people that have no idea about the title. So I'm saying Arms right now, a great game. It has a pretty dedicated community. It's not a huge community, but Arms can take off in Arms 2. I don't think it's going to take off before then. I think it's going to steadily grow.
Would you agree, Schkrimps?
I hadn't thought as far as Arms 2 necessarily for the if this game's going to blow up or not, but what I can comment on is I have seen this game grow from zero community to what it is now in the short time that we've had. And I feel very optimistic that after the holiday season, after EVO, we're going to see the game grow even more, if not 2 times what we've done in this 6 months. Yeah. And I have whispers from people in Twitch whispering me saying, "Hey, Schkrimps, I'm getting Arms for Christmas." Like they're pumped up about it. They can't wait to get the game and get into it. And I know that feeling isn't just in our community. It's got to be more places than that. There are little kids all over trying to get this game. Yeah. And just the holiday boost, EVO, and our community constantly growing, I feel really optimistic. I feel good about Arms being able to stand next to like Smash, Tekken, Mortal Kombat. I think it does have the potential to be a game that sits next to those.
Do you have anything to add onto that, Laura?
I totally agree. I think the holidays are going to make a massive difference. I've noticed a lot of people, watching on streams, they do say, "Yo, I really want this game now." They've not really been aware of it before involving themselves more in the community. And you kind of notice the same people kind of swamping through Arms streams. You end up finding a lot of the community just offering support to anyone who is willing to stream it. And I think that's a great thing as well, because the community, it's not an aggressive or competitive community. It's something where we all want the game to grow. And anyone that is streaming Arms, we're happy to give them a host, give them a shout out, let people know that they're there. And this is the first fighting game community that I have been a part of. It's the first game that I have felt passion for enough to involve myself this way. And I honestly, as well, hadn't thought about an Arms 2. Like, in my head, that's not a thing. That's like a crazy thought to me, because I would love for Arms now to take off. And I do think that EVO is going to help massively. And I really hope that it does. And I hope that people see it for what we see it as, rather than just a gimmicky kid game. Like, it's deeper than that for all of us, I think.
Yeah, I like one thing that I'm really excited about, except for EVO, and I do hope that this becomes a thing. And if it does become a thing, you have to go, Laura. I'm just saying it right now. But there has been like talks about getting an actual like real tournament at Gamescom next, like after EVO Japan, and I really hope that will happen, because then we will have finally have knowledgeable people casting and like talking at the game, and even like flying out. All 3 of the like Rafa, Phallus, and Rifa, like all of them are ready to just like go there and represent. So if those things turn out to be true and we get the tournaments after like EVO, I'm so hyped. I'm already getting nervous for EVO right now, because it's just become this kind of like huge thing. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like it's been there all the time since the release, and it's just like, oh, it's going to be here. What's going to happen? Which is kind of
and you're the chaperone for the whole event. You're one of the only Japanese speakers.
Yeah, I like, and holy shit, that's that's going to.
Yo, you're staying next to me the entire time at EVO, bro. I didn't know.
Don't do this. No.
Stop, block, and drop. You're not moving 2 feet.
No,
more soccer bombs.
No, I'm definitely.
I can't get him to translate if he's drunk.
Actually, I might speak better when I'm drunk, but I'm going to help people as much as I can there. Hopefully, and I'm going to I'm going to hype on the cast so much if I get to do that. It was so funny. I wrote to them in English and then got no response, and I was like, I'll spend an entire day writing a Japanese email version of this, and then I got a response in like 4 hours. So maybe something happens. I don't know. But I guess we'll just have to see. I think there's like this is less than 2 months away, so it's going to be nice.
Going quick.
Yeah, time goes so quick. I think we're going to go to the wrap-up part of the episode, and I did have questions from chat and each other. I forgot to actually say that on Twitter, guys, but for the next episodes, if anyone has any questions to these, like to our guests and anything, you can just tweet at us on Fellows in Arms on Twitter, and we can, bring that up. Now it's a bit too late, but at least now you know for the next episode.
Wait, Defur, I got one thing to say.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
All right. I want to say, the first time I ever met Laura on Twitch, I came into her stream, and she was like, "You're good at this game?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I'm like, I'll fight you with anything you want. She goes, "Lollipop Double Guardians, you can't beat me." I walk in, Lollipop Double Guardians, first time ever seeing her channel, first time ever meeting her, freaking won. Yeah, look at me go. That was it. I have to let everyone in this community know that's what happened. That's what happened.
Yeah,
Dang.
The call out was real.
Oh my god.
Shots fired.
That's what literally took you to Evo right then and there. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Is this the part where we bash Laura for her rank?
No, that's true.
No.
Well,
Don't do this. Oh man. I mean, I'm still trying to become on the dashboard. Like everyone has gone past the point where it's just like, oh, dashboard is really cool, and now everyone's just like, yeah, it doesn't really matter. And I'm like, I want to be the first
I don't even
Swedish
know what rank
guy
I am.
on the dashboard. I need to be the first Swedish guy. And then Conjura just comes in every day and just like, oh, Sweden, yeah, funny thing. Yeah, so I never get to do that either. But yeah, we're gonna move on to the kind of wrap up part and take some shout outs and plugs. So I think maybe Schkrimps, you can start off. And since you had some things that you might want to say.
Yeah, let me pull out my scroll. Most everybody watching already knows, but every week we hold a weekly event on Monday, Mega League Mondays, which is a 2-stage tournament, which is for all ranks. This is for ARMS, by the way. So anybody can sign up for those. And then Wednesday, we have our very competitive round robin with all ranked players on the dashboard. So those are 2 of the big ARM events that I do on Twitch. And what else did I want to say here? Oh, yeah. If we're just doing final plugs, just want to say thank you to Fellows in Arms. Thank you, Defur. You guys have been not only helping me, but we've been coordinating on projects since the beginning. Defur, you reached out to me before either of us had even... We were very, very small. Yeah. And you reached out. I'm like, oh, who's this foreign guy? I don't know. Insert IKEA joke here. But yeah, so thank you to you guys. Your team is great, full of great people. Tentanman, believe it or not, I saw you on Twitch playing ARMS. I think that was the first person I saw playing ARMS. Who is this guy? I didn't know anything about Twitch. And you were just an instant inspiration to me playing Switch games and doing it professionally, doing it the right way. So I'm super glad I found you, and we're in contact now. So thank you for all you do.
Thank you, Schkrimps.
And the crazy, crazy community we have, the amount of people that always show up. There are 52 people watching an ARMS podcast right now. Like, we're growing. This community is awesome. And so thank you to everybody who has helped all of us through this whole thing, and the players for always showing up.
Cool. Thank you, Schkrimps. And I think there's a lot of people who are thankful for what you do, too. We can move on to Laura. Do you have any shout-outs or plugs?
I like to plug the tournaments that I attempt to do. I do want to try and do them more often. It's called the Arms Clash tournament. I have a lot of fun hosting those, and I would like to do them way more often, even though Schkrimps stole my date with Ramen Bowl. But as a general plug, I would like to shout out Pineapple Freak for all of the work that he does behind the scenes in the arms back room and just for the community in general. He is incredible and puts so much work into everything going on regarding set lists and tournaments and just generic advertising. He's fantastic. And I would actually also like to just thank Tentanman and Schkrimps, because Tentan did just show up into my arm stream one day, and I was like, oh, hey, yo, a tick. Someone big has found me. And I don't know, I just thought that he would just pass in, see that my stream was bad, and pass out. But he stayed.
And pass out.
Yeah. Oh, it's so bad.
happens.
But no, he stayed, and he was a really cool guy, really fun. So I checked out his channel, and he made me have a lot more love for the game that is ARMS as well. He was the first guy that I had seen who was in the top 200, and I had seen this amazing player, and I thought, wow, like, this game can be really competitive and really fun and just wildly acceptable in the fighting game community, which I didn't actually think it would be. And someone did drop into my chat one day and said, hey, I'm here from Schkrimps' channel, you should check him out sometime. And I did, and it's the best thing that I ever did, because his tournaments are amazing. I absolutely love him. I love you. And,
Thank you.
And I don't know, it's just, he's a great person in the ARMS community, really, really gonna grow it to where we need it to be. And
Thank you.
yeah, I love both of these guys. I think they're great.
That's awesome. Thank you, Laura. And lastly, Tentanman, do you have any shoutouts or plugs that you want to bring up?
I do need a plug because I've had like 4 water bottles during this podcast. Well, no, first off, like I said, man, ARMS growing in the community and everything, that's up to us. So Schkrimps, Laura, Defur, everybody, fellows in ARMS, go follow all of them. Go watch their content. Go support them because they're fantastic, and their content's only going to get better with your support. It's easy. Just go in and say hello. Tell them their hair looks pretty, except for Schkrimps. His goatee looks fantastic. Seriously, it's all it takes, man, and you can make their day. So I guess any plugs? I don't know. I don't really host any tournaments, so I broadcast every day. I do like 4 hours of ARMS and then 4 hours of other stuff. So if you want to come into my channel and watch, I'll talk about the game and maybe improve your play a little bit. If you want, I don't know, if you want to sparse or I don't know stuff, we can play video
or just
games.
Generic fun streams like the Wheel of Doom.
Yeah.
Oh, the Wheel of Punishment.
The subathons.
I mean, okay, I don't have tournaments, but if anyone's into like Monster Hunter, I'll be doing a lot of coverage for Monster Hunter. Probably in January, the streams are going to be like 4 hours of ARMS and 4 hours of Monster Hunter.
Nice.
So, and
He doesn't do tournaments, but if you want to see a guy eat 8 cheeseburgers,
oh my god!
Drink
In one
3
sitting.
liters of hot sauce.
Oh yeah, I do a lot of stupid stuff. So yeah, you're more than welcome to come by and have fun.
Well, thank you, Tentanman, and thank you for all 3 of you who have been, coming onto the show and talking with me. I literally can't do this without you. So it's been awesome. Shoutouts from my part is just kind of, as always, my team who kind of, keeps my energy up. And of course, you guys who are also streaming this game. I don't have the energy to do it as much as you guys do. So I really appreciate that.
We got strong.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah. And besides this, and just follow Fellows in Arms both on Twitter and Twitch. Now we're on Fellows in Arms Twitch channel. So. Besides that, I actually have kind of an announcement. I didn't actually say this to you guys. I realized now before the stream, but you will kind of see it on the stream. But I'll switch to that now and tell you guys what it is. Basically, the last episode of Fellows in Arms this year will be the ARMS Community Awards, which is what I'm putting together to kind of, do some kind of small ceremony for you guys to, show off people in the community. We're going to have like a bunch of different awards, basically different categories, and I'm going to announce them live on stream, and we're going to have polls and stuff like that. I haven't put a date to it yet, but it's going to be before New Year's Eve, and I'm going to announce everything on the Fellows in Arms Twitter. So if you're
That's really
yeah,
cool.
so
Very
if you're
cool.
not following that right now, you should, because everything is going to be posted there soon. And I think the awards categories are 6 or 7, and then we're gonna have like an honorable mention. So please look forward to that and the final episode of the year. But other than that, I think that's it for this episode. If I haven't missed anything, so thank you everyone for watching Fellows in Arms, and I'll see you guys hopefully very soon now with the next episode. So see you guys, and
The real reason we should.
yeah,
Dong too.
see ya.
Oh my god.
Oh, you don't have a plushie? Come on. Oh well.
I ain't got nothing.
Laura, just cut a chunk of your hair off and hold it up.
Okay, see you guys. Bye. Just press the thing that what is the red thing? The subscribe? No, that's not it.